Good morning once again, dear students. So, in our second video, we learn struggles for equality. I hope we started yesterday, and today we learn the Tawa Matsay. Okay, so from here, there are many such struggles, such as those among the beanie workers, fisher folk, agricultural laborers, and slum dwellers, and each group is struggling for justice in its own way. There are also many attempts to form the cooperatives or other collective ways by which people can have more control over the resources. Okay, so in history, yeah, we can say in past, such type of the movements was started by the vulnerable peoples, yeah, needy peoples, yeah, we can say the laborers, slum dwellers. Okay, so they came together and they started a movement against the government, against the people, against the some organizations, we can say. So one of them is mentioned here, that is called Tawa Matsay. When dams are built on the forest area declares sanctuaries for animals, thousands of people are displaced. Whole villages are uprooted and people are forced to go and build new homes, starts new lives elsewhere. Most of these people are poor. Okay, so here a story of the village people, yeah, you can say thousands of people who are staying, yeah, who are related that particular dams which were built by the governments, and the people are replaced, yeah, we can say the people are moving from here and there, just like in our Tihri Garhwal. Okay, when the Tihri dam was started, yeah, you can say started that time, the old Tehri was collapsed, yeah, the old Tehri was submerged in the water. So same here also, most of these people are poor, all know about that one. In urban areas too, bastis in which poor people live are often uprooted. So at first, whenever the development works going on, at first, who are the vulnerable, yeah, who undesirable, we can say, not here vulnerable, who are undesirable persons, they are the poor person, because they have their own, they have no own their property. The property was, yeah, you can say, is in the hand of the some peoples, and they are establishing their own juggi or bastis. So at first, the government should remove them. Okay, some of them are relocated to the area outside the city. Their work as well as their children's schools is severely disturbed. Sorry, it's a disturbed, I think. Yeah, disturbed because of the distance from the outskirts of the city of these locations. This displacement of people and communities, it is a problem that has become the quite widespread in our country. People usually came together to fight against this. There are several organizations across the country fighting for the rights of the displaced. Yeah, you can say displaced. In this chapter, we will read about Tawa Matsay, a federation of fish workers. Okay, Mats means fish. Okay, so related to Tawa Matsay means the cooperative, the cooperation, yeah, the movement of the Tawa Matsay fighting for the rights of the displaced forest dwellers of the Satpura forest in Madhya Pradesh. So it's related to the Madhya Pradesh, where in the Satpura forest, where the government built the dam, and the BD workers, yeah, you can say the fishermen was started movement. Organizing in the Mahadev Hills of the Chindwara district, the Tawa flow through the Betul, before Betul also a river, joining the Narmada in the Hoshangabad. Tawa also a river. Okay, the Tawa Dam began to be built in 1958 and was completed in 1978. It submerged large area of the forest and agricultural land. The forest dwellers were left with nothing. Some of the displaced people settled around the reservoir, and apart from their merger, farms found a livelihood in fishing, they earned very little. So they are earning also, we can see, summers in the dam. Okay, so now a dam is a big built across a river at the sites where one can collect a lot of water. This form a reservoir, and the water those it is submerged. So we can learn at first this forms a reservoirs, and as the water collects in the submerged vast area of the land, this is because of the wall of the dam across the river is high and water spreads over the large area. Okay, so here is the site, we can say, you can see easily, this one is the site, and the whole water will be submerged all the lands, all the houses, all the jhuggi jhupdis, all the bastis, which one across in the which one is middle of the river. This is a photo of the submergence caused by the Tawa Tehri Dam. Okay, it's a Tehri Dam. In the Uttarakhand, the old Tehri town and 100 villages, some totally and some partially, were submerged by this dam. Nearly 1 lakh people were displaced. So earlier, when I started that Tawa Matsay, so I explained that one also. Tehri Garhwal, in Tehri dam also built when and the whole area was submerged, that is called Old Tehri, that's submerged in the water. Okay, so that's why they established a new Tehri, that is called the new Tehri. Okay, and they established near the Garhwal. Okay, in 1994, the government gave the right for fishing in the Tawa reservoir to private contractors. These contractors drove the local people away and got cheap labor from the outside. The contractors began to threaten the villagers who did not want to leave. By bringing in the handlooms, the villagers stood united and decided that it was time to set up an organization and do something to protect their rights. Okay, now the dam was built up there and reservoir also there. So now what is the main duty of the contractors? Yeah, we can say the government set contractors here, and what is the contractors done? They giving job to the outsiders. They are not giving job to the local peoples, and now the local people want to their fundamental rights, which one is the to earn money and equality. Means they are the local people at first. Who's right there to business? Yeah, who's right there to get the job? The local people at first. Okay, but here the contractors give the cheap laborers the works, and they can you can say give the whole they can earn the whole profit. Okay, so whatever the rights is, we can say here, manipulated by, yeah, we can say the inequality and injustice, we can say here, the Tawa Matsya Sangh people are faced. Okay, so the newly formed Tawa Matsya Sangh, that is called TMS, organized rallies and Chakka Jam road blocked, demanding their right to continuing fishing for their livelihood to reopens. To their protests, the government created a committee to assess the issue. The committee recommended that fishing rights be granted to the villagers for their livelihood. In 1996, the Madhya Pradesh government decided to give to the people displaced by the Tawa Dam the fishing rights for the reservoir. A 5-year large agreement was signed 2 months later. On January 2, 1997, people from 33 villages of Tawa started the new year with the first catch. Okay, so you can see you can see, yeah, you can show which type of the hoardings they have carrying by the women of the Hoshangabad district. The women of the Hoshangabad district. And finally, the Madhya Pradesh government decided to give the right, because they have their own livelihood. They are related to that particular dam. Okay, so after long discussion, yeah, you can say the government set up a committee. They can finalize their report. They are searching. They are you can say finalize the report, and they can put up in the CM Saab, yeah, we can see the government of the head of the government, and they decided, yes, the moment is right, and so you can give the uh, right to catch the fish at first in the Tawa Matsay Sangha. Okay, the local people we can say. With the TMS taking over, the fisher work was able to increase the earning subsequently. This was because they set up the cooperatives. Why? Because they set up the cooperatives. Okay, cooperate means to assemble. You can say to not a separate. They are collected each other, which would buy the catch from at the fair price. The cooperative would then arrange to the transport and sell this in a market where they would get a good price. So not a single person. Okay, they can move to they can arrange such type of the cooperatives which one good in you can say the catching and then selling and then getting the more profit. Okay, so this is markets where the cooperative would then arrange to transport and sell this in the market where they could get a good price. They have now begin to earn 3 times more than the earned earlier. How many times? 3 times more than how many? Suppose he earlier he was earning 300 rupees. Now they can earn in 900 rupees. Okay, so the TMS has also begun giving to the fisher works loan to the repair and buying new nets by managing to earn a higher wages as well as the preserving the fish in the reservoir high wages as higher wages. So the TMC has shown that when people's organization get their right to livelihood, they can be good manager. They can be good manager. Okay. So now how they can arrange, how they can put the fishes in the cold storage, we can say, how they can preserve them. So they all have they learn by the cooperatives. Okay, now the top members of the TMC protesting at a valley above a member of the cooperative viewing the fishes. Okay, waiting the fishes, yeah, we can say. Can you think in the incident of your life which one persons or a group of the people came together to change in the unequal situation? Such type of the situation you can face in your local area also. Okay, when the people are gathering and they can fighting for the particular aim. Okay, so I hope you understand. And now we learn because we have only 2 more pages, so we start from here. In the constitution as the living god documents, our constitution also have giving to the right to equality, we can say. Okay, the foundation of all movements for the justice and the inspiration for all the poverty and songs on the equality is recognition that all people are equals. As you know, the Indian constitution recognizes the equality of all persons. Movements and struggle for equality in Indian continuously refer to the Indian constitution to make the points about equality and justice for all the fisher work in the Tawa Matsay Sangha. Hope that provisions of the constitution will become a reality through their participation in this movement. By constantly referring to the constitution, they are used in the it is a living document, that is something that has real meaning in our lives. In a democracy, there are always communities and individuals trying to expand the idea of democracy. Okay, and push for a great recognition of equality and existing as well as the new issues. So we can say the such type of the incident will or was happened in the only the democracy government. Okay, if we have the monarchy government, yeah, if we have a parliamentary the presidential rules, so they can do their own work. They are not listening there what's people going on, yeah, what's people saying about that one. The monarchy, the dictatorship, such type of the governments, they are not understanding what is the feeling of the people. They are doing their own work. Okay, but in democracy we can say they are listening, maybe possibly a little bit late they are giving the answer, but they are trying to do. Okay, now issue of the equality are central to a democracy. In this book we have tried to highlight the issue that poses a challenges to this idea of equality in a democracy. These as you have read include the privatization of the health service in the country, the increasing control that business house exert to the middle, the low value given to the women and their work, and the low earning made by the small farmers who grow cottons. These issues substantially affect poor and marginalized communities, and therefore concern economic and social equality in the country. So such type of the issue in time to time they are raising. Okay, and government also understand which type of the step taken and how they can implemented them. This is the core of the struggle for equality in the democracy. The dignity and self-respect of each person and their community can only be realized if they have adequate resources to support and nurture their families, and if they are discriminated against. So such type of the resources if they have, such type of the governments they have, those are listening their problems, so we can say the problem will be solved. Okay, now we have little bit over 1500 persons attend a public hearing in the Lucknow in 2001 to protest violence against the women. Over 15 cases of the violence against women were heard by a jury of eminent women who played the role of judges. This people jury helped highlight the lack of the support in the legal system of women who seek justice in the such cases. Okay, so in Lucknow also they have held a local adalat, we can say, yeah, the Janta Adalat. Okay, what role does the constitution play in the people's struggle for equality? Giving to the equal rights, we can say, can you make up a social advertisement on equality? You can do this in the small groups. So in group wise, you can do in this activity. Okay, so finish that one chapter. So here one uh, adaptation of the song written by part of the Vinay Mahajans, The Right to Be Know. Okay, that was the song, and English song you all know what's going on and what they have right there. My dream have the right to know. So it's my dream to why to centuries for the having been breaking. Why don't they ever come true? And my hands have the right to know. So all the lines have related to the equality. They all are indicating to the equality, means all are equals and all are should be equals, because the earlier also we have the same problems, and now the 21st century also we face the same problems. So what is the condition of the our country? So what is your favorite line in the above song? So you can mention that one. What does the poet means when they say my hunger has a right to know? So hunger means they wants. Okay, can you share with your class a local song or the poem on dignity that is the from your area? So you can, it's also your homeworks, you can find out which type of the songs we can learn, yeah, we can sing. Okay, so it's over today. Okay, thank you very much to listening me. Creative expression against the inequality we can learn in the after chapter. Okay, when we finalize the chapters, yeah, we can say when we recall the chapters in our class. Okay, so thank you very much.